Hi everyone, this is Mama Joy and welcome to my channel. I'm gonna make a really great salad today. It's gonna have so many different vegetables in it and it's gonna be so delicious. And the first thing that I have done is I've blanched one bunch of asparagus for 3 minutes in some boiling water, took it out and run cold water over it. And I'm gonna be breaking this up and putting it in a bowl. And I'm going to be adding some cucumbers, some yellow peppers, onions, celery. I had an orange pepper, I have a yellow pepper, and I have some tomatoes, and I'm gonna be adding those. So I'm gonna chop all this up and put it in the bowl, and then I'm gonna be making a sweet and sour dressing to go over it. And after you get your vegetables cut up and you put the dressing on, you boil the dressing and then you let it cool and pour it over the vegetables, and it needs to refrigerate for 24 hours. And this makes the best salad, and it lasts for several days in the refrigerator. And when you want a nice little bowl of something because you're hungry, you can just go right in there and dip you out some and just eat it like it is. Eat it with a sandwich, eat it with a meal, and it's delicious, delicious. So I'm going to be cutting up these vegetables, and I hope all you guys are doing good. I'm doing so much better, and I just can't tell you how much better I'm doing. I went to see the doctor Tuesday, the surgeon, and he said that my vein, or my artery, is just pumping the blood good up into my brain, or my heart is, and it's going through that carotid artery really good. The incision looks good, and I was very happy. And he told me some other good news. In 6 weeks, I can get off of the other blood thinner Plavix, and all I have to take is 1 low-dose aspirin. And I am so thrilled at that. So, it's always good to get great news like that. And I'm just going to keep praying that God will be with me. And I hope that he will. And I've got a couple of Bible verses that I'm going to post on this, because I want you all to read it. And you need to do what it says, because God is good. I am living proof of that. Living proof. And I praise his holy name and thank him for all that he has done for me. I am so, so thankful. And anyway, I'm going to get started on this vegetable salad. And I'm going to chop up this asparagus. And I'll probably just do it in smaller pieces, about like this. And this is all you have to do to them. Blanch them for about 3 minutes, and then put cold water over them and cool them down. And I'm going to put them in this bigger bowl. And we've had a lot of rain, and there's been a lot of storms that's went above us, below us, and over top of us. And we have been so blessed to, God has protected us. And I'm sorry for all those who have been in tornadoes and bad storms. And I hope that they get over with soon and we don't have any more for the rest of the summer. That would be wonderful. Okay, this asparagus. I'm going to show you this one. How tiny. I like to get, look how tiny around that is. I like to get asparagus that's not real fat and thick. I like the smaller stems. I feel like they're more tender, and I just like them better. So that's what I usually get. Snipping these up, and then these little cucumbers, I don't think that you have to peel these. I'm going to try one of the slices. I think I've used them. You don't have to peel them. And these are going to make this salad excellent. This is going to be so healthy. And I certainly need something healthy. I don't know about the rest of you. This salad would be extremely good if you had fresh vegetables coming out of your garden for it. But I don't. And I'm still having trouble with my swallowing. It feels like there's something in my throat, and the doctor said that's normal and it'll be that way for a while. And sometimes I have pain in my neck, just a little shooting pain, nothing that I've ever had to take pain medicine for, but he said that will occur now and then because of what all that they had to do in there and scrape that artery out. And he told me that he got every bit of it cleaned out, and I'm so thankful for that. I'm just slicing these tomatoes in half so that they can get all of the dressing coated on them, and they'll taste really good. Now, the onion, this is a sweet onion, and I'm going to try to slice it as thin as I can. And then I'm going to cut the slices in smaller halves and have little pieces like this in my salad. And this is going to make the salad very, very good also. Now the dressing is vinegar, and I'm going to be using olive oil. You can use whatever oil you like. I'm going to use olive oil, and then it takes, and instead of using sugar, because I'm making this also for Eric, and he really doesn't want that much sugar in it, and I'm going to put Splenda in it, and and that way it'll be sweet but not as fattening. And I'll show you what this looks like when I get it all chopped up and in there. Got a lot of chopping to do, and if I think that I need anything else in there, or I don't have enough of what I've got, I will add more. I'm going to use all of this onion, I think. But at least the biggest part of it. There's a lady that I watch on YouTube, and she just got gifted with a bird feeder. And Michelle had got me one for Christmas, and I've not been able to get anybody to put it up for me or put it together, but I'm so anxious to do that. And it's got a camera on it, and the birds get in the bird feeder, and you can watch them, and you can switch out the bird feeder to a hummingbird feeder if you want to, and you know, do different kinds of feeding. So I'm gonna have to try to get somebody figured out to put mine together and something to put it on. Eric didn't want to put it over by the fence because I had so much trouble with the squirrels, and he was afraid that they would tear it up. And they probably would. They've tore up several of my bird feeders. And there's some kind of little rubber gaskets in the holes where the bird feed comes out. And I can't tell you how many of those they've ripped out and tore up my feeder, and then the bird feed just pours out when they do that. I don't know why that, and I feed them. It's not like I don't feed them, because I do, and I've put ears of corn out there for them. I've put acorns. I've put other nuts, and they just absolutely are notorious for trying to tear up the bird feeders and get all the bird feed out. And they'll try to eat up all the bird feed first, and then they'll go to the corn and whatever I've put out there for them. They're just ornery little turkeys. And I do like squirrels, but because I had two for pets when I was growing up, but I don't like the way they act. They're not very nice. Now, not only is this salad going to be delicious, it's going to be colorful. Colorful. I wish I could get that man to come and get my leaves off of my patio. They just keep blowing back on there, and I've got them off 3 times, and they're just right back on there. And they need to be put in a bag and took to the dumpster, but I just have not been able to do that because I've had too many things going on with myself that I cannot keep up. Okay, I've got part of the orange pepper in there, and then I'm going to put part of the yellow one in there. I didn't get a red one. Actually, I didn't find a red one that was by itself. There was 3 in a package, but I just decided to get 2 colors, and that's what I did. If you don't like any of these vegetables and you want something different in yours, by all means, put in there what you like. That's what I'm doing. putting in here what I like, and I hope to be able to share this with my kids. And I hope they like it too. I'm sure they will. But you definitely need this to sit in the dressing overnight for it to soak up into all the vegetables. And that's what makes it so good. Now I have some canned vegetables that I'm going to add to this. And I'm going to put green beans in. And I'm just going to use the regular whole green beans because that's what I like. And if you want to use the French cut green beans, you can. Or you can use the white beans, but the pole beans that are white. And but I'm just going to use regular green beans, and I think I got like this little smaller size. I can't remember. You can buy, or I can, and I feel like you can too, at the grocery store, cans of vegetables for 99 cents. If you get the store brand, because they usually have them on sale, and they're not really that expensive. So the canned vegetables you can get at a decent price. Now the fresh vegetables, not so much. They're a lot higher, but they are good. Very, very, very good. Okay, and it may seem like I'm taking a long time doing this, and if you want to hop off and get back on, you can. I'm just going to show you how small I'm going to make the celery. And the celery gives it a good little crunch. And you can see the pieces are really kind of small because you don't want a great big hunk of celery in there. I don't. I want it to be nice, small size and very chew, something to crunch. Something to crunch. And I'm only using 2 stalks of celery. And this recipe is not a recipe other than the dressing. And you can put in there however much vegetables you want, how little or how much, if you want more. It's up to you. That's what's good about these recipes, that don't actually have a set amount of stuff that you need to use, but yet you still can tell what to use and put in the amount that you want. Now I still have tomatoes in here that I haven't cut up. just slicing those in half. And you can make them smaller if you want, or you can leave them whole. They'll just soak up the dressing better if you cut them in half. And I'm gonna try to get as much of this cut up as I can. I have a nurse coming this morning, and this is my last day. She's gonna sign off on me, and the rest of them have the PT, the OT, and they've all signed off but her, and she's gonna do that this morning because she thinks that I'm doing well enough now. Since I got off of the blood thinner, I'm doing so much better. Listen, that can drag you down in a hurry. But they thought that I needed it, but I didn't. I certainly didn't. Okay, the celery is all chopped up. All chopped up. And I'm gonna do a few more little cucumbers. Oh, it's a beautiful day out. The sun is shining, and it's not extremely windy. It's just a beautiful day. But we have had lots and lots of rain. I think this makes 4 of these little cucumbers that I've used. This salad. Oh, I can't wait to get it marinated and chopped up so I can eat on it. Yesterday was Carissa's birthday, and Eric took us out for lunch. And we had a wonderful lunch. And Carissa had ganache. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. It's some kind of pasta. And it had some kind of chicken filling in it. And I tasted it, and it was so, so good. Now, for the cauliflower, I'm just going to cut them up in little bite-sized pieces. This is going to be so, so good. And this is a nice spring salad to have at the beginning of summer to enjoy. A little jar of pimentos would have been good in here. I don't have any, and I didn't get any, but that would be good also in here. getting loud. I don't know. That seems like a lot of cauliflower, and I almost don't think I'm going to add the rest of it. And this is what I have left out of that head. And it has plenty in it. And if you don't want to use the whole head, you don't have to. I mean, I think you'll have plenty without it. So I'm just gonna, that's how much I have left. And I don't feel like I'm gonna do any more cucumbers. I did about 4 of those. And I also have an extra box of the tomatoes, but I'm just gonna use the one box. So I think that's everything that I'm going to chop. I think I've got all of the fresh vegetables chopped up that I'm going to do. And then I'm going to open up some of the cans and put in. And I'm going to put this bowl up here on the table so you can see what it looks like and how full it is. Okay. And it's just very, very colorful. Very colorful. Okay, so I'm going to start adding the vegetables that's in the can. I wish these had easy open lids, but they don't. Oh, one of them did. Oh dear, dear. I'm gonna see how, and it's the pinto beans. And if it's real juicy, I'm going to rinse these off. And it is. I'm going to take this back over to the sink. I'm going to pause you and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, everyone, I'm sorry. But my video messed up again. But I'm going to put on there what I've got. But I'm going to tell you what else I did. There was after I had chopped up all of the fresh vegetables, I added 4 cans of canned vegetables. And I'm going to tell you what those were. One was a can of peas, one was a can of green beans, and one was a can of white shoepeg corn, and the other can was pinto beans. And I rinsed and drained them and rinsed them off. Then I added those 4 cans of vegetables to the fresh vegetables that I had just chopped up. And I stirred that all up then. Then I made my vinegar sauce. And I will add that recipe to this video, or to my video. I'll have that recipe on there of the marinade. It's vinegar, and I use Splenda, but you don't have to. You can use regular sugar if you would rather. But it had salt and pepper and vinegar and sugar. I'll get it. Splenda is what I use. But anyway, you use the same amount. If you use a cup of sugar, you use a cup of Splenda. Whatever the recipe calls for in the sugar, you use the same amount in the Splenda. This recipe may have the Splenda. I'm not sure, but I will have the recipe on. And you boil that, and I think it's only for 2 or 3 minutes, but it will be in the recipe also. And after you get it, let it boil, then you take it off of the stove and you pour that all over all of those vegetables. Then you cover them and put them in the refrigerator for 24 hours. And I'm telling you, it is a wonderful salad, and you will love it. You'll go back and eat on it. You'll just go in there and get you a bowl out of the refrigerator and start eating on it. It's so good. You can have it with meals or whatever. So I wanted to come back and tell you, because I don't know what happened. I can't seem to do anything without messing up my videos. I'm going to try harder. But I had to come back and try to finish this because Michelle's trying to get it on. And it is just kind of messed up. So I will have the recipe for the salad on the video. And I will get off for now, and I'll see you soon. And I am in Kansas. I'm looking for Dorothy. I'll see you soon.